I see there in a woman, Lord, I see her face.
Tumbleweed Textiles is the go-to brand for the coolest and softest Texas shirts. It is a family-owned and ran business started by two high school teachers that love to support local and the great state of Texas. A portion of their sales is donated to help scholarship graduating seniors. Tumbleweed Textiles' goal is to outfit every proud Texan with their unique hand-drawn designs. You better go check out their Texas goodies at www.shoptwt.com. Use coupon code LOCALLIVE for 20% off today.
And welcome to another edition of Texas Local Live. I'm your host, Ben Martinek. Tonight we got Mr. Buck Fuffalo on. What's up, Buck?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, you know, just hanging out here at the ranch, Las Colinas, Texas.
Yeah.
Doing a little Tuning Texas here. It's Monday night. If you didn't know that already, it's Monday. And if you're watching this later, it's Monday right now.
It's definitely feeling like a Monday.
It's feeling like a Monday, right?
Yeah.
We are down here going to do some music here at about 7. I'll mention Tumbleweed Textiles because you're going to get one of these beauties tonight.
Pretty sweet.
Get that, Claiborne. Look at Claiborne on the camera. Sha-na-na-na. I like it. But now that we got that down,
Right.
I want to know about Buck, man. We'd like to start this off by, why did you get into music? What got you into this industry?
Well, at first I really was just doing a bunch of college parties, and
Okay.
I didn't learn to play guitar until I was about 20 years old.
Okay.
And when the parties would end, I'm from Stephenville, so everybody go watch shows. It used to be City Limits where everybody went back in the day. And didn't really think anything about it, just be the funny guy and after the party and make up songs about people on the fly or do a lot of offensive stuff. And I really thought, well, I loved like the Adam Sandler stuff when I was a kid and Rodney Carrington and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, man, if I do anything, I want to try to do like comedy songs.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome, man.
I wrote a bunch of those and I started I did open mic comedy there for a little bit.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was
Straight
intense.
stand-up, no music?
I did a mixture of it.
Okay,
So, you
Rodney
kinda,
Carrington to the core then. Yeah,
I play a little bit and then do a couple jokes while I like strum and then go back into another song.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was going to be way harder though. That's what I found out. So and also the songwriter people started getting into Fort Worth. They're just so much more embracing, and I just felt right in that crowd as far as songwriters go. And and I'd written plenty of other songs that were traditional, I guess you get normal songs or whatever, you know. And so I thought, I don't want to just limit myself on it. And so one thing led to another. I was at a wedding, and Daryl Dodd was playing the reception, and my buddies were like, "Get up on stage, play some songs." And so I did. Can I cuss on here? I won't say the F word, but I don't know.
Sure, we're on the internet, right?
So I did a song called Everyone in Nashville Sings Like a Bitch.
Okay.
And Daryl Dawes was loving it so much. He got up on stage and did one of my other songs with me without having ever met or played before.
That's amazing.
And he was like, "Dude, you're a genius." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And he's like, "Seriously, dude, you need to try." So I started hitting up some of my friends that I knew that were in the music scene, and because I worked at Tarleton Radio there for a while.
Okay.
And I met John Young and like Luke Wade and Courtney Patton and all them, and slowly didn't really try to get gigs. I just started getting to play and open with them. Wasn't getting paid or nothing, at first, and it just started getting better and better, and more people started asking me to play. So
you just kind of fell into it. But you got that ability,
busy.
man.
Yeah,
you gotta have that.
It's so much fun. It's one of the best decisions I ever decided to make.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really cool.
real
So
cool.
did you? I mean, you must have not written anything on your own. I say on your own. Did you write anything like behind closed doors? Really? I mean, was it all kind of out in the open?
Yeah, I was I'd be at home. So my day job, I'm a college recruiter,
Okay.
and I have a lot of time in the car to drive, and so songs would pop up in my head, and I would write them on my phone or whatever, and some would be funny, some would be rocking, and then I'd get home and need to try to figure out the song, and so I've got 50 songs written now, and some are goofy and some are normal and some are sad and whatever else. It just kind of worked out.
Kind of building the portfolio.
Yeah,
out now. That's cool,
yeah.
man. I like
So-
where you're coming from, though. The campfire, like
Oh, dude, that
messing
was
on
all.
people, dude.
That was,
I love
and I
that.
still love to do that.
Yeah.
So like Larry Joe's, I'll go around all the campfires and and do all the dirty songs.
Dude, I love that, man.
And it's a blast.
That is so hard to do, man. You take that for granted, but that is freaking ridiculously difficult.
It's weird. It's one of those things where you're like, at first I was like, man, it's no big deal. I'm just goofing off. But then, come to find out, I guess it is different and unique. So kind of embrace that.
You're witty, man. You got the wit. Like, your mind's fast, firing that way. And you're able to tie in words. I mean, you're a good writer to begin with. So it's interesting to tie in those words that quick on the fly, and you're grabbing that humor bone. And you're just like,
well,
dude.
I've always had admiration for, you can get in and out of any situation if you know the right tone and the right words to say.
That's
and so,
true.
I've gotten myself in a few predicaments, but both, could be potentially physical or, with girlfriends and whatnot. But yeah, for the most part, words are like can be fists or they can be pillows. It's however you want to use.
Oh man, or crowbars or whatever you want to use them for. Tell us a little bit about what you've gotten into in terms of the scene. Like, where have you been, and maybe your perspective on it a little bit.
I've been really fortunate So I think what really helped me take off was I got accepted into Larry Joe's singer-songwriter competition.
Okay.
I was doing pretty well, just like floating along and really not having. I never really sought out to do as many X number of shows per month or per year or anything. But once I started playing, I definitely made a bucket list for myself where I was like, okay, I think I'm capable of, maybe getting an album one day, getting a song on the radio one day, getting to play Larry Joe's. I actually worked the corn dog stand, the footlong corn dog stands at Larry Joe's one year, and I was like, I'm going to play here someday.
That's awesome.
And so Ben Hussey and Josh Serrato had a little recording studio in the compound, is what they called it. It's basically a big party trailer house that everybody hung out in. And it was a blast. And they were fixing to move out, and they wanted to make a little bit of money. And they were hitting up all the local guys in Stephenville, like, hey, you want to come record a couple songs? I was like, yeah, I need to do some stuff. And then Ben Hussey did like 5 songs for me, just so I could have demos and stuff to push out.
Sure.
And he loved it like a lot. And so I applied for the songwriter competition at Larry Joe's, which he's done 5 or 6 years now. And not only did I get in, I also made it into the semifinals, which was a feat in itself. So the year that I made it into the semifinals, Cleto Cardero was in it, Caitlin Butts, Randall King and I were against each other, Jackie Darlene. I mean, they were just some huge artists that have gone on to do amazing things. And so once I did that, it was able, I was kind of able to get some people started hearing me, and they would be asking me for shows, and that picked up. And then I started getting to host the competition the following last 2 years. Yeah. And so, matter of fact, we ended up, getting tight with the Taylors and everything, and played Rhymes and Vines last year. And one of the things when I was in the competition that Larry Joe had told me, he said, we really weren't sure if we could put the name Buck Fuffalo on a flyer next to Walt Wilkins, or, he named a couple of artists.
Sure.
Last year during Rhymes and Vines, they made the poster. Walt Wilkins' name is right above mine on the flyer. And so I printed that poster.
Yeah, I bet you
so
did.
It was a big deal. And then actually got to go to Ireland on the Red Dirt Pub Crawl with Walt Wilkins as well. So, yeah.
We literally were just talking about this. I could not remember the freaking name.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's the Texas Red Dirt Pub Crawl now. Yeah. So, yeah, you got to get that part right.
Dude, yeah. We were just talking about that. We had Cody on. He just went to the UK, and he said the music scene over there is crazy, and we went down the path. Sorry.
I've heard that the London scene is like the Dallas scene, and the Ireland scene is like the Fort Worth scene over there. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, a little bit more reckless and a little bit not as prim and proper, I guess you could say.
Yeah, a couple buttons undone. Maybe.
They call it, what do they call it? All the UK people called it, well, maybe it was proper. Yeah, that was the word. It's very proper of you, whatever. So
nailed it. You can fit right in over there, man. That's perfect.
Pinky out, Will Jameson, we're good.
How was that? How was Red Dirt over there?
It was
cool?
amazing.
It was awesome?
It's one of those surreal moments where you're playing in front of a crowd, or your music and your guitar took you overseas. Anytime, it just depends on the audience that I play in. I'm just kind of taken back in my own head as I play, and so the fact that I was a part of so many great artists and that have gotten to go on and do that. been envious of people that have gotten to go, and so it was just surreal. It's amazing culture.
Yeah.
The time change actually works in your favor as a Texan because it's 10 o'clock at night here when it's 4 in the morning over there.
Huh.
So they think all of us Texans know how to party till dawn, you know. And we're like, dude, it's only, 10 o'clock, so we're still drinking and
let's
turning
do
it up. But, we balance it out. Still got to see the sights and saw the cliffs some more. And
Very
so
cool.
it's just like the equivalent of the Grand Canyon. But it's nuts. You can literally drive from one side of the country to the other in one day.
Dang,
over there.
that's nuts.
Yeah. Or you
barely
can
do
ride
that
in a
in
bus.
Texas.
I won't drive over there.
Yeah,
But,
no,
yeah.
yeah. Someone else will drive it, but
Yeah.
I will be on wheels. Yeah.
No, we
that's
literally
crazy.
just played in Port Aransas, so yeah, driving
Oh, yeah.
7 hours and
Dude, yeah.
and back, and that's 14 hours
And
in a
that's
day.
not even,
it's
if
just
you're
Texas.
counting going to the Panhandle,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not half the state. You're not even, dude, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ridiculous, man. So crazy. Well, cool. Dude, you got some crazy experience, and all this has happened.
Well,
in
then
the
I
past
just
couple
started
years. I mean,
doing 4 years ago. I get those flashbacks on my phone every now and then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
4 years ago was really when I decided to go more singer songwriter
Okay.
and that route. And really, when I say I did open mic comedy stuff, I did like 6 of those. And when I first started, and so it just kind of blended into the songwriter deal. So it was like fall semester. I went and tried out, at different open mics and stuff, and some of them went really well, and some of them were really
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And those are real fun when they crash and burn. You're like, you got to finish out your set.
Yeah.
And if you're doing a song, it's not like a joke that bombs. You can go to a new joke.
know.
I'm stuck with this
2
song
minutes later,
that's bombing. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
So,
rough,
yeah.
dude. That's rough. Well, what else you got going on the rest of this year, man? Tell us.
So we'll play in Rustic Tap down in Austin again. We're just kind of doing. So we just completed the album and about to get it mastered.
Okay.
And so that'll come out in early 2019.
Okay. I was
And
gonna
so we're
ask
kind
about
of gearing
that.
up for that.
Cool.
And
Promoting.
yeah, we're with Riff Music Group. So like Shay Abshire, Copper Chief, Giovanni,
Yeah.
and Ryan Wilcox and Thomas Knapp, John Young and Dylan Poe. We're all on that group together.
Very cool.
And so we're just kind of mapping out fill-in shows here and there. So we just played at Mags, and we'll be all over the place.
Yeah, you're
so,
gonna be grinding the rest of the year for sure. Then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So just here and there, and I think we, playing Stockyards again, but we're just kind of gearing up, and
Cool.
we've got some good ears on it, and definitely tons of awesome artists that play. I feel like I got a super group on the
Yeah.
album. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some talented guys that jumped on board for
Cool.
the recording.
Give him
So-
props, man. Tell us
Yeah,
about
well,
him, yeah.
of course, Josh Serrato, plays lead guitar with
Yeah.
William Clark Green. Not only is he just a phenomenal guitar player, which he did all the leads on the album, but he plays keys too. So he's
Oh,
like over
okay.
there playing,
Dynamic, yeah.
yeah. And I mean, he's over there jacking with the computer, making different effects. Like, okay, we need some different tone here. The EQ's off, but he's doing it with his left hand while he's playing the keys on the right hand, and it's like, what the
Who
heck,
are
dude?
you?
Yeah, his brain must not be connected. He's a
Dude.
freak of nature.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and then Ben Hussey, they run that studio together, Melody Mountain Studios, and they just have the right ear for that.
Yeah.
And they both know how to move the sound around to get, what you want, even if it's not even, if I don't know how to describe it.
They can, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
yeah.
You can translate trying to put that thought.
Yeah,
out
I'm going,
in
okay,
there,
so
but,
I
yeah.
kind of want, I want a Pink Floyd sound on this guitar
Yeah.
here, or, they're like,
Done.
And then there's a couple times where we've played a song 100 times, as a band. Like Billy Hartman is my upright bass player. He's come and done this show before. Now we got Josh Cavender on drums, but Chase Chancellor with Shay Abshire, he did the drums on the set, and Josh is telling him, let's try a different beat here so he can play the drums too.
Yeah.
And Ben Hussey's like, let's try a new bass line on this. And so it's just sick. And they jump in, and I had gang harmonies on some stuff. So like Shay and
Cool.
Gio came in and did that. And a guy named Garrett Thompson, he's in Nashville now. He
Okay.
came and did high harmonies. And then Larry Joe came and did a duet with me on one of the songs. And then Nino and Marco from the Dirty River Boys,
Oh, okay.
they added some stuff onto one of my tracks too.
Very cool.
And so it's just I'm completely fortunate and blown away
Dude,
that
yeah, that's
I've been
awesome.
able to get guys like that wanted to come in and
Tons.
help. So
That's amazing,
Yeah,
man. You got
yeah.
a lot of people helping. That's gonna be.
I'm
I'm looking
stoked.
forward to that album, man.
yeah,
That's gonna be awesome to hear.
it's gonna be cool. They were so. This was another thing. They were super, accepting into any creative ideas I have. So since you're listening on the podcast or however you're watching online. There's going to be a hidden track, so that's just a special tidbit
I like it.
for you guys.
Thank
So,
you. Appreciate
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Heard it here first.
Right.
Teaser on the new album coming out.
That's right. So stick around for that.
Well,
but-
tell us where to find you, to follow you, I guess, and then
so
we'll be able to find
right now,
your
just
stuff.
all your social medias,
Okay.
Facebook, Buck Fuffalo, and then I have a band page too. I'm on Twitter, the Buck Fuffalo, Snapchat, and Instagram, all that good stuff. Of course, we have a website, buckfuffalo.com. It's just like it sounds, buck, like the dollar, and then Fuffalo, which is a buffalo with an F on the front, So you're probably going to be like, tell me how you got the name. But, yeah, we don't want to do that story on air. So.
We'll have you back. We'll do the story, man, because we got you. This is the second time you've been out to play.
Yeah.
And we got to finally chat with you a little bit more here. But,
Right
yeah,
on.
we'll do a little. When you get the album going, actually, let us know your release date, too. We'll have you come out and do a
Definitely.
little chat about
Okay,
that.
cool.
And
Sounds
we'll get
great.
the origin of the name, too.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. It's
Dig
going to
it,
be
man.
awesome.
Well, Buck, we appreciate you talking.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna have some music coming out. If you're watching live, get out here. We're at the ranch in Las Colinas, Texas. Go on in about 15 minutes or so. And Buck's
do
gonna
it.
be playing some tunes along with some others. But man, appreciate the
Heck
chat.
yeah. That was great. Thanks.
See you soon. Thanks.
Sun beating down now on my neck. Swing this hammer, Lord, until it breaks my back. I'm working my bones every day, and they got me tied down like a ball and chain. I see that woman, Lord, I see her face. She's the reason that I'm in this place. Got my pistol, I got my shell. I see that woman, Lord, I send this boat to hell.